How's it going, guys? Uno Gaming back again. This time with something a little bit different. Still on the Total Warhammer, but we're doing a siege battle instead. As soon as I did get I see the siege battle going, I decided I wanted to take part, and I wanted to bring ogres and try this. I've seen this a few times. I haven't done an ogre campaign myself, so I haven't been able to give it a go. But the ogre's infantry does have an ability to break the walls simply by being able to attack it in melee. I have a Khorne ally, and we are going against a Nurgle and Demons of Chaos. We know if it's Demons of Chaos, it's basically Be'lakor and a bunch of demons, normally Exalted Flamers, Plague Bearers. He likes to take the cream of the crop from each of the 4 different demons. I took Skrag the Slaughterer. I went double Hunter on Stonehorn. Went some Crushers with great weapons, a Giant, 3 Man-Eater with pistols, 3 Man-Eaters with great weapons, 3 Ogre Balls with iron fists, and 3 normal Ogre, just Ogre Balls. So, the passive I'm on about is they have Wall Breaker. It allows your units just to attack regular as if they're in melee, and just really they can just tear the walls apart. So straight away I'll send the basic infantry of Ogre Iron up, just the balls up, just to take any sort of ranged fire. I did notice the enemy has brought 3 squads of Death's Heads. It didn't bother me as much, because while I knew they were going to hurt, they are very limited when it comes to ammo. 10 shots. So if he wasn't super accurate with those, or didn't put them in such a silly big target, then I still think it makes very little difference when I should heavily win just the average melee fight. As you can see here, bit of a weird animation, but the wall's health is dropping as they just punch at the bricks. So we send our Ogre Balls to start cracking on through the walls. Even over here, my ally who went Khorne went a little bit more civilised and decided to take siege towers. Going back over here, you can see the whole army moving up. The Man-Eaters with Ogre Pistols. I brought these guys just because they're so good at killing Great Clean Ones. Kugath, just the shooting's so great. I wouldn't normally take a Giant, and I know the Giant wasn't great in the last 2 Warhammer games, but I thought, he deserves a second chance to give it a go. So we get on with 2 squads in each piece of the wall, and the walls are being absolutely chunked. I do send the Crushers and both Stonehorns up to this gate here with a Giant who is just clobbering along. Some absolutely cracking detail. One of my favourite models by far are the Stonehorns. I just think they're just amazing. I don't know if any of you guys play tabletop, but they just look amazing on tabletop as well. So we've got Skrag just waiting patiently for his chance to get in. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, we casted the Great Maw over the wall. More of a case of just showing them what I can do, why not. It didn't kill any models, but it chunked a little bit of HP. The walls are getting dangerously low. We'll watch them fall, so I can show you guys what I mean. Now, if units are still on top of the walls, they take damage from falling off the walls. They lose whatever units are left on the walls. But just like that, and they can pour through. Apparently they wanted to run away from the Plague Bearers, but we forced them through anyway. But as you can see now, the holes are just falling through. These guys are already in. And I use these guys to flank on the side of the objective. I'd like to tell you guys that I had a huge plan, but if I'm honest, I knew I could win the infantry fight. I don't think my enemy really prepared himself. And as you can see, he's just wasting the ammo of his Death Heads just into Ogre Balls. And even Man-Eaters with great weapons, so I'm not too worried about. You know, I do move the man-eaters with ogre pistols up just to start putting some shots in the death heads.
The point is yours now.
Meanwhile, the hunters, the crushers, and the giant do get through the gate. And then at this point, I know I'm just absolutely going to crush the plague bearers. It might have been better for him to go exalted and to defend maybe a smaller area and just make a type of box. And I do think both soul grinders was a bit overkill, plus the death heads. It's, you know, 5 units of expensive ranged, where he didn't really have the infantry to back it up. And Kugath himself being ranged is very expensive. You go for an exalted, great and clean one, and he's going to be able to throw hands a lot better. So as you can see, we're absolutely crushing the infantry fight as expected. You know, plague bearers weren't about to keep up with, one, the vast quantity, but also I've got the better quality troops as well in the man-eaters with great weapons. And then we do flank round the side just to stop the soul grinders from shooting. Now he does start putting his death heads into my hunter, but that doesn't bother me too much. I can heal him, and for now it's just important that we stop the shooting of the soul grinders, because you know these soul grinders, they got monstrous shooting, but at the moment they've not actually managed to get much value. I've even managed to drag Kugath into the melee, so none of them are firing ranged. You can see the occasional pot shot from the man-eaters, which I absolutely love, shooting their pistols. I think they're absolutely cracking units. Absolutely love it with their little cutlasses and their pot shots. And then we've just got the ogre balls pottering through, chopping them down, and we are just cleaning up. He doesn't run out of the way of that. There wasn't really a purpose behind it, I just thought I'd give it a crack. Man-eaters with grey weapons, absolutely chunking through. They do remind me of the big zombies from Dying Light 2 and Dying Light 1 with the hammers. Not sure why they do just remind me. But here we are. You know, this is quite a nice clean fight on my side. Managing to push through, really with very little resistance. One hunter does start taking a lot of damage, but you know, he's still got 1400 HP. He's coming back, and I'm pretty sure we just turn him round, send more bodies up. Look at Scrag doing donuts with his bowl. And at this point, you know, it's very obvious we're going to win this. The enemy went a very elite army. That hunter's back. And I'm pretty sure, there we go, we're going to cast a bit of healing on him just to get some HP back. As you can see, nowhere near the healing cap. For any of you guys that don't know about the healing cap, there's just this little line here. I can still replenish a good 6,900 HP. So, we finished the combat here. The combat down here is pretty much done. And I'm pretty sure if we look over here, yep, Khorne is absolutely destroying shop. Really heavy pushing through. And there's not much left that can actually deal with it. What I did notice that I forgot to mention to you guys, it looked like it wasn't actually Be'lakor this game. I believe the enemy brought the Demon Prince that Tzeentch favoured. This is my second hunter taking a fair amount of damage. But you know, like I said, we'll just pull him out and heal him. The hunters didn't get great value this game, but that's because realistically I sent them up to keep the soul grinders busy. And keep Kugath busy. So it did pay off in my opinion. Shut their shooting down, and now you know you can just a random bloodthirster to join him and an exalted, so he can pop as much hit sort of defense and spells as he wants. This is a pretty much done game. We'll fast forward because you don't really want to watch this massive piling, because we do cut through them slowly but surely. Even the giants getting through the plague drones of Nurgle. And we're finishing up. Now this was just a fun little siege. I was looking through at matches just hoping to get another one to put on YouTube that I like the look of, and I saw the chance to take part in a siege, and they're not something that I play very often, not in the slightest, but I thought it might be fun for you guys to see something a little different, and for also you guys to see a race that I wouldn't normally play. I'm not great with ogres. I don't really know their full roster, but it was a good fun little match, and I'm glad to share it with you. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.